What is going on out there, guys? Luke here today, and we need to talk about Tesla's free fall in this market. And although we know Q2 numbers may not be what we had hoped for, Tesla bulls are even saying not only is it going to keep falling, but some are saying this is just the beginning of a 60 or even 70% meltdown from all-time highs. So I will run through the two scenarios that I think will unfold and what your options are for each scenario. And I will tell you exactly which one I feel is most likely and how I personally am going to deal with both of them. And maybe we will have a surprise guest on too to weigh in on all this. I just ask for you to like the video and subscribe, and do that for all the creators that you love. Just doing those two things helps out immensely to those creators you love, and they're free to you to do. And speaking of free, check this out just for you for free.
You want to speculate on a Chinese IPO? You've got my blessing to bet on Didi. I would try to get as many shares as you can. DID.
You know what? Is that actually happened?
Of course it happened. I think this is a reflection of how.
So check out the pinned comment if you are interested and give it a try risk-free. I mean, seriously, just cancel before the time expires and it costs you nothing. All right, so let's jump into the two scenarios for Tesla stock that may play out and what your options are. So scenario number one for Tesla stock is that we see a massive run over the next few months after their earnings call. Oh, don't believe this can happen? Well, how many times have delivery numbers in the past looked to come in short, and sometimes by a lot, and Tesla just pulls the rabbit out of the hat? It has happened more than once, and if it happens again, I could easily see Tesla go on a nice earnings run if we can get Elon to stay off Twitter and try not to buy any more companies for at least the next few months afterwards. I know, it's a tall ask, but it can happen, guys. It can happen, so I'm sticking with that. Even if the numbers are not great, if Berlin and Texas are churning along better than expected, and Tesla adjusts their guidance up, which actually would be a breath of fresh air in this current environment, it may actually create a nice resistance line for Tesla to march back up. Not back to all-time highs or anything crazy like that. Slow down, I'm not saying that. Just enough to stop the bleeding and get us moving kind of in the right direction. Also keep in mind that Tesla just raised the price of all their vehicles, and you don't do that if you don't have crazy amounts of demand. We were actually discussing this in the private group about how many people we know who went to buy a Tesla, but then basically chose to buy an ICE vehicle instead because they didn't want to wait a year on their new Tesla. And since Tesla doesn't need to take on debt and still have incredible demand, rising interest rates will not have any material effect for now. I mean, that could change, but for now, it doesn't have any effect. So that's the first scenario right there. Tesla comes back strong like it has done many times before. Unfortunately, the other scenario is not so pretty. There is a very real possibility that Tesla flirts with that $600 line very soon, and if that resistance line cannot hold, the gaps become wider and harder to fill on the way down. And we are in a market crash, and Tesla was one of the more richly valued mega cap stocks out there, so a correction was going to be painful, and it has been, especially for those that jumped out there into the all-time highs of this stock. Adding the fact that we are still going to have inflation drama, at least until the fall, then maybe we'll see it kind of start to fall off just a little bit. And notice I said maybe, guys, I said maybe. And there does not seem to be a solid solution for the supply chain issue still, and this may bring more short-term pain. So with the big headwinds hitting the market for the near term, and a recession that we talked about happening this year, at the beginning of this year actually was when we started discussing it, this makes for a very ugly scenario for Tesla over the summer as we move into the fall. So what the heck are your options? Well, I mean, you can sell, but my question would be, why? I mean, if you truly feel Tesla will not hit your price target for the next year or 3 years from now, or whatever you based your buying decision on, then I guess I understand. But now, slow down. If you just bought Tesla because Tesla to the moon and you actually did not have a plan for the stock, then I would suggest you build a plan today. I mean, right now, go build one, then do some major analysis on the stock, and then make an informed decision based on your research, not emotions. And then you will make the right decision for you, and selling may be just that. I mean, I don't know, but that would be up to you and your analysis. On the other end, you can go discount shopping like I will if the price falls further. If you have a high conviction in Tesla stock and think it will be a $1,500 stock in 2 years, for example, then it may be time to add more shares, especially if it falls to 500 or even into the 400s. A down quarter or two may represent a golden opportunity to add more shares of this stock to your portfolio if it meets your criteria and buy targets to buy. Now, I hear some of you already saying, I didn't really have a plan when I bought it other than it's just going to the moon. And I also hear the others of you saying you don't have any money to buy this dip. Well, then you need to get those tools ASAP. It doesn't matter to me how you do it. Try my group for free and binge the courses during the free trial. Google it, watch other YouTube videos, read books, do something and have your plan before selling or buying another stock and get control of your money so you have money to take advantage of the opportunities in the market like we have right now today. These are all incredible opportunities to buy. So what am I doing personally with my Tesla stock? I mean, have I halted all my buying altogether? Am I buying more? Or maybe selling instead? Well, there are actually two truths about investing that help me make my decision on what to do with Tesla stock very easy no matter what happens. Doesn't matter what happens, I'm ready because of these two truths about investing. The first truth, no one can time the market. The greatest investors ever all say it, and virtually anyone with any credibility in the finance space says it too. So there is 0 point in trying. I mean, there's zero. I don't know if that looks like zero, but there's 0 point in trying. And the second truth is you must have a plan. Since I know I cannot time the market, I'm not going to guess the bottom, and it doesn't matter that I can't guess the bottom. What matters is that I did my due diligence and I have a price target in the future that is derived from my due diligence that is based on real facts, not hype, not hope, and definitely not fear. I know where I think Tesla will be in a year, 2 years out, and 3 years out based on my due diligence. I know what price Tesla has to fall to for me to add more shares to my position if it drops. It's predetermined, it's written down, and the stupider Wall Street gets, the happier I get. When you have a plan and defined targets, you take emotions completely out, which is the key. Then you will not panic sell, and you won't FOMO buy, and that is how you successfully build wealth. So if Tesla dips and hits my mark, I will add more shares, and if it dips further, I will add heavier. This has been proven through the numbers, not a feeling or opinion, but with actual data that the best strategy to handle a market crash every single time, it's the best strategy, and we discuss it in this video up here. All the details are up in there. Check it out if you haven't already, but we've said it before. That is the best strategy overall. All right, so for more kind of, I don't know how to describe it, unhinged analysis of Tesla stock, let's kick it over to the Tesla bull. Dark days are here. Lockdowns in China hurting deliveries. Elon being sued for hundreds of millions and being dragged into the celebrity courtroom, and even Elon flirting with other companies. So guess what that means for Tesla? It doesn't freaking mean a thing! Elon is not human, and you're a moron if you think he can't flirt with 800 girls at once and still satisfy his wife, Tesla! And Chicken G is more like Chicken B. Just replace genius with bear. Have you been smoking crack with Gordon Johnson instead of the good stuff with Elon? I mean, seriously, only crack would make someone predict Tesla to 420. Who stops buying Tesla? I mean, seriously, that's like asking me to stop humping supermodels on Tuesdays. Who the would ask that? None of this matters. Tesla should be valued over $72 trillion right now, today, because I'm the Tesla bull. I'm the Tesla bull. I'm the Tesla